Lavastorm Explorer is a web UI that allows producers to easily share read-only graphs with consumers. Consumers won't be able to edit the specifics of a graph, only view and rerun graphs based on run parameters. To get to Lavastorm Explorer, you would have either had a graph shared with you in Lavastorm directory or been sent a link by someone who wants to share their LAE graph with you. If you received a link, enter that link into your internet browser. Regardless of which path you take, you will need to log into Lavastorm Explorer. To log in, simply enter your username and password. Then click Log In. In this module, I will demonstrate how to use Lavastorm Explorer. Displayed is a list of topics covered in this module. First, let's take a look at the Accessing Lavastorm Explorer help. Every time you access Lavastorm Explorer, you will see this help pop-up. To remove the pop-up, simply click the Don't Remind Me Again checkbox. Then click Close. Even though you may have said not to show the help pop-up, you can always access it. Simply click the help icon in the top left corner of the window. The help pop-up appears. Now, let's take a look at navigating the graph display. The graph canvas is the main display you see when you access Lavastorm Explorer. From here, you can view the properties of the graph as well as the run history. The run history displays a list of all the times this graph was run. You can use this section to open a specific graph run. You can also view the nodes that make up the graph, hover over the node, to view any notes entered by the producer, or to view an error the node fired, as well as click on a node to view details for that node, including if the node was successful or failed, the date and time of the last run, and how the node was configured, such as the brain script used. You also have the ability to pan the canvas. Simply click away from the nodes and connectors and hold your mouse down. The mouse icon turns into a hand. From here, drag the mouse pointer in any direction. And that is the graph canvas. Now, let's take a look at using the data viewer. Similar to the BRD viewer in BRI, the data viewer shows a sample of the first 1,000 records of data for a specific node. All you have to do is click on a pin record count. The data viewer pops up from the bottom of the window. You can scroll to view the records displayed in the viewer. You also have the ability to rearrange the order of the columns. Click the column header icon and select where you would like the column to move to: left, right, beginning, or end. Each new node record you click opens a new tab in the data viewer. From here, you can toggle between the data viewer tabs. Click the data viewer divider to minimize or maximize the data viewer. To close a data viewer tab, simply click the close icon. And that is how you use the data viewer. Now, let's take a look at the tracing a field topic. Within Lavastorm Explorer, you have the ability to trace fields used through the graph. There are two ways you can trace a field. The first is by using the Trace Field drop-down menu. Simply select the field you want to trace. The flow of data for that field is traced through the graph with a purple line. To remove the trace line and return the graph view to normal, select the blank option at the top of the Trace Field list. The second way to trace a field is by using the Trace Field option in the data viewer. Simply click on a record count in the graph canvas, then click the column header icon of the field you want to trace. From there, select Trace Field. The flow of data for that field is traced through the graph with a purple line. You'll also notice that the field appears in the Trace Field drop-down menu. To remove the trace, simply select the blank option as demonstrated earlier. And that is how you trace a field. Now, let's take a look at the last topic, rerunning the graph. Rerunning graphs are very simple. All you have to do is click the green rerun icon in the top left corner of the window. You can only rerun graphs in Lavastorm Explorer if the execution plan that is set in Logistics Manager contains only one run definition and is set to run manually. For more information, view the Logistics Manager module. Before I run this graph, I want to point out the right side pane of the window. This pane shows you if there are any run parameters associated with the graph. In this example, the run parameter of departments. Let's take a look and see where on the graph this parameter is being used. It looks like the parameter is being used in the filter node. This lets you filter the results of the graph by department. This means that since the parameter is set as a run parameter, I will be able to edit this parameter when I rerun this graph. Let's say I want to filter the results by a different department, like customer support. I enter that department name and click Run Graph. My graph is being rerun. I can check the status of my run by looking at the notifications indicator. Once the graph run is complete, the indicator states a successful run. To see that run, open the graph in the Run History tab. If I look at the right side pane, I see that the run parameter departments is now set to customer support. And if I look at the node, I see that the node is also set to customer support. My graph has run successfully.